Cole Peacock, a utility tech leader rooted in the Florida Keys. Cole Peacock didn't grow up dreaming of running a public utility company. But that's exactly where his unique path led him. Born and raised in the Florida Keys, Peacock is now the Chief Operating Officer of CDI Utilities, a Florida-based company that delivers essential services to communities across the state. As a licensed FAA pilot, tech inventor, and entrepreneur with several patents filed under the United States Patent and Trademark Office, Peacock brings a highly technical and solution-focused approach to a traditionally slow-moving industry. My goal is to make utilities smarter, faster, and more responsive to the needs of real people in Florida, he says. Cole Peacock was born on November 19, 1991, and spent his childhood immersed in the natural beauty and rugged independence of the Florida Keys, growing up in a region prone to storms, power outages, and logistical challenges gave him an early appreciation for infrastructure and resilience. You learn pretty quickly that things break down out here. I saw firsthand how important reliable utilities are to everyday life, Peacock explains. It made me think about how systems work and how they can work better. He attended a local community college and spent time at the University of Florida, though he ultimately chose hands-on work and entrepreneurship over a formal degree. He later earned his FAA pilot license, something he credits with shaping his risk management skills and discipline. Peacock co-owns CDI Utilities with his father, who laid the foundation for the company years earlier. Since stepping into the role of COO, Cole has focused on upgrading the company's technology infrastructure. He's led initiatives to implement predictive maintenance systems, remote monitoring of substations, and data-driven energy usage reporting. We're not a giant corporation. That's a strength, Peacock says. It allows us to move quickly, test ideas, and adopt the tools that larger companies take years to implement. He emphasizes the value of applying startup thinking to traditional industries. One of his projects included designing a patent-pending system to detect and prevent transformer failures before they occur, something that could be particularly valuable in storm-prone regions of Florida. Before CDI Utilities, Peacock started a cloud computing company. Despite early momentum, the business didn't make financial sense long-term and eventually folded. I learned more from shutting that company down than I did starting it, he says. It forced me to understand where value actually comes from and how important scalability and user demand really are, rather than seeing it as a failure. Peacock says the experience taught him how to assess viability more realistically and led him to apply those lessons to the utility space. Peacock's FAA pilot license isn't just a hobby. It actively influences his approach to operations and leadership. Flying teaches you to constantly scan your environment, evaluate systems, and respond quickly to what's changing. He explains. That mindset directly applies to managing a utility company in Florida, where weather and demand can shift rapidly. He sometimes uses aerial observations to inspect infrastructure in remote areas, an approach that saves time, reduces risk, and increases efficiency. Beyond business, Cole Peacock is committed to service in the state of Florida. He volunteers with the Rotary I Wish Foundation and the Humane Society of Florida. His volunteer work includes hands-on support at events, animal care, and helping organize donations for families in need. Florida has given me everything, Peacock says. So giving back isn't optional. It's just part of being a responsible citizen and business owner here. Peacock is methodical about setting and tracking his goals. He writes down both short-term and long-term objectives and breaks them into actionable steps. I keep everything written. My goals, my next steps, my timelines. He says, if I don't track it, it doesn't happen. This system has helped him manage utility operations while balancing personal passions like aviation, electronics, and outdoor exploration. As COO of CDI Utilities, Peacock plans to expand smart grid technology, improve storm preparedness systems, and file additional patents tied to infrastructure reliability. There's a lot of work to do in Florida, he says, whether it's upgrading outdated systems or finding new ways to prevent outages. I want to keep building tools that actually help people. From the Florida Keys to the control rooms of critical infrastructure, COO Peacock continues to lead with a mix of hands-on experience, technical skill, and forward-thinking strategy, building smarter, more resilient utilities for communities across Florida.